What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Fan Awakens. I'm Eli. I'm happy to have you here. And once again, I hope you guys are having a great day. Don't forget, leave a like and a subscribe. It definitely helps me and the channel out a ton. But today's video, I want to shout out Andre Nitro X1000 once more for giving me another video idea. Today, we're covering the photo ops and the autographs at Star Wars Celebration. How do they work? Is it worth it? Is it going to be fun? all that kind of stuff. I went through the details of it, kind of refreshed myself on the experience. And so really, this won't be a long video. I'm going to go over the main points and then kind of give you some options to help you hopefully decide, do you want to get a photo op? Do you want to get something autographed? And so without further ado, I will say at Star Wars Celebration 2019, I did two photo ops. One of them I did both with my friend, but with Peter Mayhew, rest his soul. He was very, very kind. Um, and he was in a very uncomfortable chair, and I felt like he didn't seem very comfortable. But he was so nice, and he even joked with us for a minute before we took the picture, so that was really awesome. And the other one we did was with Ray Park and Ian McDermott, which they were awesome. They were so, so cool. But really, when you go to the photo ops, like there's going to be lines for it, and you're going to either choose, like this year I got Carl Weathers. I'm going to take a photo with Carl Weathers. I'm a huge Rocky fan, huge Mandalorian fan, yada yada yada. But he's only there Friday and Saturday. So when you go on the website, you get to choose. Okay, do I want to take the picture on Friday or on Saturday? It doesn't give us times yet. That may come sooner, or they may just slot us in saying, okay, you are going between this time and this time. But for right now, all we can choose is the day. Now, they're pretty clear on the website. When you log on, you go to StarWarsCelebration.com, then you can go to the photo ops, which is actually ran by a company called Epic Photo Ops. From there, you can actually read their rules and their info. It's kind of up in the air right now and fairly ambiguous and up to the talent. Um, they're going to provide plexiglass walls. It's up to the talent to decide whether they want to use them or not. And that info may come out early if they get back to the company and tell them, yes, I do want to use it, or no, I do not. It is subject to change, but there's a good thing. So overall, you have to pay in advance for these things, and the last day to get a refund on those is May 11th. However, I did read the fine print. I read it all, and they did say that on the day of the convention, when you're in line, you can ask, like, okay, I'm going to see Carl Weathers, right? I can say, hey, is Carl using the plexiglass or not? And they may say yes or no. And depending on if, like, say they say yes, and I don't want that, I could get my refund there. I can request a refund, and the only thing you won't get back is their purchase fees, which is a couple bucks. Um, so you can rest assured that you can request it just in case, and if not, get your refund. But they'll give you that information on site. Beyond that, like I was saying, you can get up to two adults and two kids. I put up three, two adults, two kids, in the photo op. Here we had two of us, and it was fine. This time I'm going with two friends. Well, my brother and my friend. So for the Carl Weathers photo op, if I can only take two, I'm gonna bring my brother in. But there's a chance that some of them will have three. A lot of the rules and info are saying like you can bring up to two adults, two kids, but it's up to the town if they want to change that. So there's a chance they say one, but I really don't think anyone's going to object to bringing at least two people in, especially if they have the class. Um, so that's one thing. Beyond that, let's see. The way to request refunds is using your email. Right now, I logged in to double check my confirmation for my photo op with Carl Weathers, and it didn't come up at first. I'm like, oh shit! And so they had a little button where it says, don't see it, click this, and it basically just searches any orders under that same email and it links it. So it linked it for me, and it all got fixed. So that's really nice. Their website's pretty convenient. Beyond that, oh, one big thing. Say you get a photo op for Carl Weathers. I'm just using him as an example. And you don't want the plexiglass, and you find out coming up to the con that, oh, he is going to have the plexiglass, and you just don't find it worth it for whatever reason. I don't mind it, but to each their own. I don't judge anything like that. But say you want to switch it. The good thing is you can switch your reservations for autographs or photo ops at any time. So you would basically go into their website. There's a little edit order tab. You can click on that. You can say, okay, I want to switch. Instead, I want to go see, you know, Ewan McGregor. The only caveat is that it has to be someone that costs the same or more, and the only reason is because they can't do partial refunds, I guess. Um, so like Sam Witwer, I think he's doing photo ops for $70, and a Carl Weathers, let's say he's $80. Um, if I wanted, I couldn't switch to Sam Witwer from Carl Weathers, but I could request a refund and do it that way, or I could just, find someone else. It's totally up to y'all. They are announcing more names. Like I said, today they just announced Sam Witwer. I think D. Bradley Baker. Maybe he was already announced. They announced a couple people. Matt Lanter, which awesome. Matt Lanter, happy to hear he's on the mend and gonna make it to the con because he had some health issues recently, but definitely happy to hear that. Um, but yeah, those are the main points. I'm just gonna go over it again quick. They have their barriers are optional. Hopefully they'll let us know in advance, but you can find out on the day. And if that sways your decision, you can easily just request your refund on site. Um, you can bring up to 2 adults and 2 kids into the photo op unless otherwise stated, which again, they'll tell you on the day, but you can also find that out leading up to the con. They're going to announce more information. Like right now, most of them are announced what days they will or won't be there. For the most part, people are there all weekend. Carl Weathers, he's just Friday, Saturday, and there's probably going to be a couple others who just do 1 or 2 days. But for the most part, most of the talent's there for the long haul. Um, Again, you can go to StarWarsCelebration.com and find the photo ops there easily. Uh, it does say that we are required to wear masks to the convention, um, but I actually don't know if we have to wear them in the photo op, depending on what the talent says. Um, but I would assume that if they have the glass up, we don't, and if they don't have it, we most likely will, just because of the regulations of the building. Um, that's something I'll email them about, and I'll actually post a comment in here. But I'm also going to put in the details below. I'm going to put the link to check out the photo ops, the prices, and all that stuff. And really, that's kind of it for this video. Like, honestly, I think the photo op stuff is so great. When I went to see Ray Park and Ian McDermott, they were my first photo op, and the handlers were like very, very, very stern because when you go through the line, they have sort of a pre-room where you take all your stuff off, your bags and things like that. Um, and they kind of give you the rundown. They were telling us like, okay, don't touch them, don't shake their hand, don't like basically telling us don't even look at them the wrong way. And I was like, oh shit, I've never done a photo op before. This is pretty strict. And they're like, make sure your hands to yourself, hands at your side. I was like, can I smile? But which I understand. They're seeing so many people. You don't want to invade someone's personal space and all. They are people. We want to treat them with respect, of course. But when I got in there, immediately Ray Park was like, "Hey, I'm Ray. What's your name?" And he like went to shake my hand, and he shook my friend's hand, and then Ian McDermott did the same. He's like, "Hi, I'm Ian. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you guys." And um, then if you see the picture here, sorry, my camera's flipped. If you see the picture, uh, Ian McDermott put his arm around me. I wasn't going to. I had my arms at my sides, and then he put his arm around me. I'm like, "Oh shit!" I put my arm around him. Um, and so he was just so cool. And even after the pictures, they both shook our hands again. Um, and they were just very, very nice. So I do think that when you go in, it's going to be pretty much up to the talent to decide like how much freedom you have there. Do they want to shake your hand? Do they want to put your arm around you? I wouldn't say do it yourself. You can ask. Never hurts to ask. Like, can I put my arm around you? Can I shake your hand? Anything like that. Totally ask. You know. Um, but yeah, my experiences were great. Luckily, the people were so kind, and the line waiting wasn't a long process. I know that the convention itself, I don't think ReedPop handles it at all, but and I've heard horror stories at other conventions, like people waiting hours in lines. It wasn't like that. You just go at your set time. The lines aren't that long, and it kind of moves. So, uh, I think that's kind of the gist of it. Is it worth it? It all depends. You can get, things signed. When you do get autographs, they usually don't want you taking pictures of yourself getting autographed because, like, and honestly, from everyone I've talked to, I've been talking to people around and who've gone to the cons. Usually, it's not the talent that cares. Usually, it's the handlers. Because like you're supposed to pay for that. Uh, but they're not gonna kick you out if like someone snaps a quick. I would say be careful. Don't be, don't be sneaky. Just be in the moment. Enjoy it. If you get an autograph, that's great. Enjoy getting to see him and talk to him for a moment as they sign your thing. Um, Other thing I will say for the photo ops, always keep in mind budget, because if you're really really close to the cusp, they'll give you a print. So you say you pay $100 to get meet Ian McDermott, right? Get a picture with him. They'll give you a photo, like a printed photo. If you want them to email you the file, that's another $25. And if you want additional prints, it's an extra $15, I believe. So just keep that in mind, because you can go into something and $100 can turn into 135 after fees if you wanted it emailed to you. So just keep that in mind. But really, I think that's mostly it. Again, I'm super excited for the con. I'd love to meet all you guys. I love hanging out with people, and I think Star Wars Celebration's made to bring people together. I'm gonna be giving away things like stickers, maybe a couple small 3D printed things. Still kind of figuring it all out. But if anyone sees me at the con, feel free to say hello. Uh, I will be very, very, very open and hopefully kind. Hopefully my feet don't hurt, but no, no, I'll be good. But I want to thank you guys for watching. May the force be with you, ladies and Gungans, and I'll see you later. I appreciate y'all. Peace.